Com as dimensões de um subcontinente, 1,5 mil milhões de pessoas e uma civilização com milhares de anos, a Índia tem uma grande diversidade de escrituras sagradas.
I can immediately think of the Upanishads, for example. The Upanishads are a philosophy of the self. Who am I? Why am I here? Is there something more to me besides my body and mind? You have the Ramayana, which is the other great epic of India, which speaks about righteousness, which speaks about moral choices, it speaks about dilemmas, and the ideal scenario in which the world should be in. You have the others like the Arthashastra, for example, which is about real politics, it's about diplomacy, it's about war and peace. You have Natya Shastra, which is about the fine arts, about aesthetics, about music, about expressiveness. You have things like the Yoga Sutras, which is about yoga. Yoga is India's eternal gift to humanity. It talks about the link between the mind, body and the soul. It talks of how to calm your mind and health.
Mas há ainda escrituras específicas de medicina tradicional, escrituras que falam da ligação entre o homem e o Criador e escrituras de outras religiões.
And then you have the Bhakti Sutras, which speak of casteless societies, which speaks of the link between the man and the creator, man in the capital M, including women, the human being and the creator without any intermediaries. You also have other texts like the Buddhist texts, the Jain texts, the Guru Granth Sahib, which is the holy book of the Sikhs. So there is a whole lot of texts that you can speak about in Indian philosophy. The Indian philosophical tradition is deep, it is rich, it is varied, and carries a very deep message for humanity.
Em 2025, pela primeira vez, a comunidade hindu de Portugal celebrou o Dia da Revelação do Bhagavad Gita, uma escritura sagrada do hinduísmo que é considerada também uma obra-prima da literatura universal, com uma mensagem abrangente e dirigida a toda a humanidade. Foi revelada pelo próprio Deus Krishna.
Bhagavan Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu. In Hinduism, we believe in the Trinity of the gods, and Lord Vishnu reincarnates on the world every time there is unrighteousness that grows. In fact, the Gita itself has the promise by the Lord that he will reincarnate whenever there is unrighteousness in the world. Whenever unrighteousness goes up and the righteous people are in trouble, I will come back to take care of the righteous people, encourage goodness, encourage faith, encourage truth. That's the promise of the Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is about 700 verses out of the roughly 100,000 verses. It's a spiritual message. It's not meant for a religion, it's not meant for a particular genre of people. It resonates across entire humanity because the messaging that it gives is relevant to the entire humanity, no matter where you live, no matter what faith you follow, no matter which creed you belong to. And it's something that teaches you everyday life. It teaches you the way to live your life according to the challenges that you face. At the end of the day, you have to look at it that the Gita was revealed in a battlefield. It's not revealed in a temple or a tranquil garden. It's in the middle of a battlefield. And that resonates with life. Life itself is a battlefield where you have difficult choices, you have conflicts, you have difficult choices to make, and therefore there is the resonance between life and the Gita itself. I can tell you that the Prime Minister of India has gifted the Gita to several leaders across the world, to the Emperor of Japan, to the Presidents of the United States, to President Putin, just to name a few. It's also been translated in various languages. I can think of Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Bhasha Indonesia, all the Indian languages. We have 22 official languages in all of them. Even in Europe, if you look at it, it was first translated into English in, I think, 1785. subsequently into Latin, into Portuguese, Spanish, French, Swedish, the list goes on and on.
O Bhagavad Gita é dos capítulos do vasto épico Mahabharata.
Now the Mahabharata itself is a very interesting book. The epics, the Western epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Mahabharata is 10 times larger than both of them combined. That's the volume of the Mahabharata. It speaks of the complexity of life or complexity of human relationships.
O ponto crucial desta revelação é o sentido do dever.
You should live your duty. You should act selflessly. You should steady your mind. And above all, you should see the divine in yourself and in all the beings. It also talks of the immortality of the soul. I think that is one of the most important aspects of the Gita, is that life itself is temporary. Everybody dies. Everything is temporary. Everything is timed. But the soul lives on. And the soul, the Gita says, is indestructible. I think one of the most famous verses of the Gita is about that, which says, Nainam chidanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam klidyantyaapo, na shoshati maruta. Which means that the soul is immortal. It cannot be hurt by weapons, it cannot be dried by fire, it cannot be dried by air, not be burnt by fire, nor can water damage it. That is, it is immortal, it continues, it's reborn every time, a new body, it takes on a new body every time and comes back.
Apesar da Índia ser país laico, a escritura sagrada do Bhagavad Gita é considerada da maior importância.
It's a part of our everyday existence. It's a part of our everyday existence. People learn about the values that are contained in the Gita. People learn about what the message of the Gita is. And like I said, it's not restricted to a religion. It permeates across all religions. In fact, we've had great leaders in India belonging to other faiths, whether it is Christianity or it is Islam or it is Sikhism, who have all quoted the Gita, who have lived by the Gita, who have understood the message of the Gita, and who have propounded the message of Gita across, not only in their life, but across the borders of the world.